How have you been? Okay, so my last video wasn't even talking to you, so it's like weird because I feel like it's been a while. A lot of the stuff has happened since like forever, and I feel like we just need to catch up. I can't believe I'm starting this again, by the way. I'm 21 years old and I'm still talking to you like through a camera. And while it feels really childish to me, like it feels weird that I'm like sitting here and just, yelling at a camera. I think it's fun. It feels like home. I feel like I have to be careful with what I say, because like what happened was, guys, I made this YouTube channel with a bunch of high school friends, and while they're really cool and stuff, I don't live near a lot of them, so I could post whatever and I could feel like no one around me would judge me based on my videos. But now my college friends started finding out about my YouTube channel, so now I feel like whatever I say might be heard in other places, and I guess that's okay. Life isn't bad if you're an open book, because it means you trust people. Actually, maybe it doesn't mean that. So what's happened so far? I came to college and I found this new thing called programming, and I was like, whoa, technology, that's sweet. So I found it really hard to like work on that while working on this YouTube channel, because life is about how you prioritize things, and if you're too split on your life, guys, you won't get anywhere. Like, it's really cool, because what defines you is really what you take out of your life, not really what you put into it. And I've really found that out over some busy, hard semesters in college where I'm just freaking out and trying to do everything. So take that advice. My life, after I found this cool tech thing, I was like, hey, I started seeing this cool thing called entrepreneurship. And, like, entrepreneurship's really cool. It's about, like, your ability to solve problems and figure out how to create money. It's all about money. And you know how much I like money. I almost like it as much as food. And it's funny, like, I remember at the beginning of this YouTube channel, I used to make a lot of food jokes. I don't do that anymore because I pretty much got sick of food, but all right, that's a tangent. Like, this entrepreneurship thing was really cool because you figure out how to make money. And I'm like, okay, I like money. I spend money. I used to, like, scam people, and, like, why not apply my computer science stuff to this entrepreneurship thing? And it's actually been, like, the best thing ever, because instead of, like, scamming little kids for, like, money and stuff, I've realized I can make money in different ways. I can actually solve problems by doing super interesting things, and it's really, really fun. Like, I started interning at this, like, venture capital place, and I'm going to go over all this. Instead of scamming children, I've been trying to get some passion for like doing this kind of stuff. One of the things that ended up happening is I started trying to run this thing called a startup. And I'll get into all of this in a future video, but pretty much what a startup is, it's a small business that you try and take from ground zero and you try and turn into something like Snapchat or Facebook, something big. And what's happened so far is I feel like over the past year or so, I've gotten an idea that I feel like is startup material. I feel like I have an idea that I am wanting to share with people, that I'm wanting to help get people to work on it, and I want to take it somewhere. And in order to do this, there are a lot of hoops, a lot of stories, and a lot of things that come out of that. So what I've wanted to do now is I want to take these experiences and share them with you guys. I don't know how this will work, and if you listen to podcasts, this guy called, this studio called Gimlet tried to do the same thing, and not only did they try, but they were insanely successful with it. I'm not saying that I want to be insanely successful with this, but I do want to document how I am taking this idea that I believe that can create some value into this world. And when I start telling you about this idea, guys, you're going to be like laughing, because it's not like an idea where I'm solving cancer or anything like that. It's something more along the lines of entertaining, like Snapchat. So what's happened with this now is something like this has so many unknowns to it, because you don't know if it's going to work. You don't know if people are going to use something like this. There are ways that people have proven that you can test this kind of stuff, but again, it's all just hypothesis until you like actually go out and try and build something to solve or to test this sense of delight that you're trying to create. There's no way of knowing. So what I'm telling you now is you're going to follow me on my adventure that could ultimately end up in me wasting a bunch of time, ending me in not really doing anything with my life, or you could end up following me into starting something where actually helping people create jobs and do like fun stuff like that. We could be on the high road or on the low road, but that's the adventure, right? This is what I wanted to talk to you about. Is I want to gear towards this. And I know you might be angry with me because you came to me while I was talking about, I guess important stuff like girls and how to survive socially in this complicated world and like all this other random complicated stuff that we should all be good at, but we aren't. That's okay, because I'm going to still talk about them. I'm just going to apply it to me running a startup, because the cool thing about social stuff, about all that kind of stuff, it applies to startups. Not managing people, but just working with people is a huge part of making a startup not fail. Yeah, and I'll still talk about girls, guys, but to be honest, I don't date. So you listening to me about advice on girls is completely hopeless, because you're going to end up like me, okay? And you don't want to end up like me in a relationship status where you're posting single on Facebook. Anyways, so, focusing on ways to not have to work a 40-hour job. Because I always joke with people. I tell them I'm going to retire by 24. Sometimes I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. There's different definitions of retire. Like, I could be insanely successful in a couple years, and that could be retirement. Or I could be living out on the streets and begging people for money, and that could be retirement as well. It might not be good retirement, but who cares? It's weird talking to you guys again, and I'm really glad that I'm able to do this. I don't know if this is capturing everything. I definitely have so much more to talk to you about. I will tell you about my experiences of everything else, but I don't want to make this too long. So I just want to say, hey, I miss you. Even if you're that friend I hang out with all the time, I still miss you, because it's lonely and black here. Anyways, guys, stay Osh, and what?
Aaron Shu. What?